This video originally was going to be me asking Valve to keep 3 of the maps that they've added in Smissmas 2021 all year round, because I think they're amazing maps and I want to see them in the game the whole time. Now, Smissmas officially ended a day or two ago at this point, and they've done just that. I didn't get my video out in time, so instead, I'm going to be telling you why Valve keeping these 3 maps is such a good thing. I absolutely love the Smissmas 2021 maps. In fact, I think those maps saved the update. I guess some people think the cosmetics were slightly weaker, but the fact that there was 6 new maps to play, even if some were reskins, I do get that, but 6 maps are still insane. And I want to remind you that before Smissmas 2020, there never used to be new maps added in Smissmas, ever. So the fact that on the second year they've added maps during Smissmas, they've added 6 new ones, that is actually just insane. Now, I genuinely thought there were 3 of them that could be kept in the game full time, and they are the 3 that managed to stay: Cascade, Bread Space, and Altitude. Now, one of the main reasons I thought they should all stay is that these maps aren't specifically Christmas related. Also, they are completely new and unique maps that we haven't seen before. The other Smissmas maps that came into the game this year were reskins of maps that already existed, and they suit an update like Smissmas a lot better than all of these really cool, unique maps. Now, I know Altitude and Cascade are also like wintry maps, I guess, but Viaduct, Barn Blitz, and Snowy Coast are all maps that have snow on them as well, and they're not exactly Christmassy maps either, so I think these 2 maps still kind of fit in. But like I said, these 3 maps are completely unique, and we've never seen these maps in TF2 before. It would have been a massive shame to only be able to play these specific maps for a month of the year. These would have been the first update maps in a very long time that I would have been sad to actually see go. Bread Space is incredibly cool looking, and so many people seem to really like it. Altitude is absolutely beautiful, and I have a personal bias towards Cascade because of Seasonlander, where the team I was on won the whole tournament playing on that map. I made a video about it on my Plus channel if you haven't seen it. Even without the prior knowledge of that Cascade map, I still think it's a really cool map anyway, so it should stay in the game the whole year round. Now, the reason this is so huge for TF2 to actually keep these 3 maps is that we don't get many updates that really change the gameplay of TF2. We wait until Scream Fortress for the Halloweenified maps, which are quite cool, but I don't really miss them when they're gone. In 2020, we got Woodville and a few others, which were also really cool, but not something I was really disappointed to see leave the game. Woodville was just overly Christmassy, and the Sawmill reskin had a very like Christmassy gimmick with it, so it didn't make sense to keep these in the game full time. And then there was the winter version of Landfall, which again was cool, but it's a CTF map. I didn't really care that much about that map, or was too bothered about it leaving either. These maps that are staying in the game aren't that. These maps are new. The community is constantly crying out for new stuff, and here we go. 3 of the 6 maps that got added in this update are completely new that we haven't seen before. It would have made no sense for Valve to then remove these 3 maps from the game after Smissmas has ended, because you've added 3 new insanely cool maps and then removed them again, which would have been really stupid. I think this is really good for the community because TF2 has needed new content for quite a while, and we are very limited in the amount of times we actually get content every year. So having something stay around from Christmas is actually a lot better than just having a Christmas update and then it ending and then nothing until like the summer crate, and then nothing until Halloween, and then nothing until Christmas again. Hey look, I really wouldn't mind if Valve started adding maps to Smissmas that they knew they were going to keep anyway, but wanted to up the amount of maps they added every Smissmas. I wouldn't mind that. As long as the maps are good, I don't care. Or, you know, it would be nice if there was something kind of in the middle of Christmas and summer that they could put maps into, I guess. Maybe like another like balance change update or something, just every year. You know, in like February, March or something, when people start to get bored. I get it. I'm asking for too much now. I'll stop. Either way, new content that stays around in TF2 will never be a bad thing. And picking the 3 best maps to come out of this update is a really good idea. It still means that next year, when Valve just automatically enables Smissmas instead of like the actual update, like the little bit before that where you just get to play the maps but the update isn't out yet, you'll still have 6 maps that are seasonal maps that you can play from this update, which is insane. But we get to play the best ones all year round. I also think that by keeping maps in the game from these seasonal updates, it means that map creators will have more of like a hope that their maps will be played for longer than a month at a time if they do get added into the game. And maybe that means we won't always get a whole bunch of Christmassy maps for Christmas. We might actually get some maps that would work at any time of the year. Because of how TF2 updates are spaced around the year, we're getting a whole lot of like Christmassy and like creepy Halloween cosmetics and maps, and not a whole lot of anything else. I don't know, I'm just happy that these maps are staying around, and I hope you guys are as well. I think Los Muertos is the only other map that got added in a seasonal update since I've started playing that I think could have been really cool to keep in the game all year. I do, however, understand that there's a few too many Halloween elements on that map to make it work all year round. Like, you're pushing the border there a little bit too much. I mean, at this point, I'm talking about too many things that don't really matter, but I guess that's kind of just what I do anyway. But anyway, the maps I wanted to stay in the game stayed in the game without me making a video about it. So, not like that would have made a difference anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave it a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.